so these will be the notes for my pen won't write. Come on. There we go. 1.1a. And again, put the date on there, please. And we're going to be continuing with our factoring, but this is kind of where one of the harder sections of the year comes in, because we're still going to be factoring these trinomials. But let's do a little review. Up until today, we've had that lead number that's in front of the x squared be a 1. So basically you don't see it. So we've been factoring them when that lead number appears to be missing, but it's actually a 1 that's there. And so all we've had to worry about up until now is unfoiling it, and we had no choice to make out front. So if you can do these, so I'm going to give you a cool little trick in a little bit, so we're looking at what multiplies to equal 12, perhaps 4 and 3, perhaps 6 and 2. Neither one of these, though, gives us the 13, so I'm forced to use 12 and 1. Those multiply to equal 12, and at the same time add up to 13. I know I need pluses here, and I'm done. So that's a review, and that's necessary. You need to stop this video right now if you do not understand that process before you move on. Because if you can do it when A is 1, I'm going to give you a little nifty trick for doing it when A is not 1. So I'm going to now, new right here, I'm going to create a trinomial by foiling. So we're going to go back, and I'm going to take 2x plus 3 times x plus 5. What I'm going to do is foil it, and then I'll show you a nifty little trick for unfoiling it. So first of all, let's multiply our firsts. Let's multiply our outsides, followed by the inside terms, multiplying. Last but not least, the last terms. Let's combine our like terms. Put it in a box. And that is the answer that we get when we foiled it. Now factoring reverses that. So what I'm going to do is work backward to get this back. I'm going to pretend I don't know what I do know what it is because I just did it. But we are going to unfoil it, and I'm going to do it completely unlike the method you were taught first semester, because that must not have clicked. So we're going to try something different. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to have a process over on the left that you're going to write out. What you're going to do is multiply the first by the last. You're going to take and you're going to multiply 2 times 15. And you're going to write that two times 15 is 30 at the end. So the first thing we're going to do to factor these, and again, this is unlike the method you were taught first semester, is we're going to multiply the first by the last and put it at the end. Next, you will now have a lead term of 1, and we've been working in the last few sections on that. So you need to know how to factor those when the lead term is 1, because that takes out any work out front. It has to just be x and x. So I'm going to write factor. So I'm looking for what multiplies to equal 30 that adds up to 13. 6 and 5, 2 and 15, 10 and 3 is my lucky winner. And again, we're going to keep everything positive today for the first round of this. All right, so if you can factor that, you'll be good to go. Next, you are going to divide. Some places will call this the divide and slide method. But you're going to divide by that first term that you multiplied. So you multiply it in, and now you're going to divide it out. Watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take that 2 and throw it under. Divide. Next, you're going to reduce any fractions if you can. 10 over 2 is 5. But 3 over 2 doesn't reduce. So we divide. And now, if there is a denominator, like right here, you're going to slide it out front. So we call it divide and slide. So x plus 5 is ready to go. And then this slides out front. And if you notice, that's exactly what I should have gotten. So I just went full circle here. Sorry about the bell, if you can hear it. I just went full circle here. And I'm going to actually have you stop this video right now. And you're going to go up and get a piece of cardstock from the front table. And we're going to write this out and stick it in your binder and do one on the back of it. So pause the video, get up, and go get a piece of cardstock, and we are going to write this out in detail. All right? So I'm going to erase, and you're going up to get the cardstock. All right, so on that thick cardstock, you are going to write nice and big, all right? And while you're up there, by the way, you should grab a colored pencil. So if you need to, go back up and grab a color. All right, we are going to, on the front, write the steps nice and big. And I want you to use a colored pencil to write every word I write in blue, you write in your colored pencil. So the first thing we do is we multiply. So put your colored pencil down and grab your regular one. Multiply the first by the last, and we put it at the end. Put at end. If you need to pause, that's just fine. Number 2, once that's done, you are going to factor. And it'll always look like x plus or x minus, but you'll always have x's out front because we know how to factor that kind already. Once that's done, in colored pencil, I'm going to send you back to redo this, so make sure if you don't have a colored pencil, go up and get one. I don't care what color, it doesn't have to be blue. But everything I write in blue, you write in your colored pencil so it grabs your attention. You divide by that first number. So whatever you factored it into, you divide it or put it over that first number. Maybe that was a minus, but you divide and put it over that first number. Some, again, people would call this the divide and slide method. But before you slide, you reduce any fraction that you can. Some won't reduce. It might be 1/3 or 2/7. But if you have 2/4 sitting there, you need to reduce it down to a 1/2. If you have 1/5 sitting there, you can just go ahead and leave it because it's reduced already. And number 5, once your fraction is reduced, you slide the bottom out front. So what I'm going to do is, on the back of of your cardstock. We'll do one more. So on the back of that cardstock, which you're just going to 3-hole punch and stick it right in with the notes, we're going to do this one. We're going to do it really slow. So the directions are going to say, let's go ahead and write that, factor 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. And we're going to use our divide and slide method. And what I'd like you to do is pause this video, please. I want you to go try it on your own and then restart the video to check it. So you go try this one on your own using the steps on the front of your card. So pause now. All right, so you should be checking yours. First thing you do, multiply first by last and write it at the tail end. Next, we factor that. It'll always lead in x and x. So all we have to worry about is what multiplies to equal 24 and at the same time adds up to 11. Here are my candidates, 4 and 6. Nope. 2 times 12 gives me 24. Nope. 24 times 1. Nope. And I'm saying no because I need them to add up to 11. So it appears that nothing works. Well, if I ask you to factor it, it will factor. So that means you're missing something that goes into 24. You may need to take out a calculator. You may need to look at like one of those multiplication table charts, or you may just in your head kind of run through and go, I got 1, 2 goes in there. How about 3? Oh yeah, goes in 8 times. So if you can't find it, you just need to look harder. So this would be plus 3 and plus 8. Next on your note card, it says to divide by that lead term, the first term. So divide by 2, divide by 2. Step 4 says reduce if you can. 3 over 2 is as good as it gets. 8 over 2 is 4. And now if there is a fraction, you slide it out front. 2x plus 3 times x plus 4 is the correct factored form of this. And to check it, we're going to FOIL it. So we're going to do a little check just to make sure it's right. 2x times x is 2x squared. Score. Outside, 8x. Inside, plus 3x. They combine to give me 11. Awesome. Last is plus 12. It's kind of a neat little method that always works. You might say, well, LaRude, why didn't you teach me that first semester? There's a couple things with this method. Number 1, it's hard to retain because there's so many steps. Number 2, and it takes up a lot of space. But it does always work, and it takes the guesswork out. Like from first semester, we used to do this mix and match thing and try to find the winning pair and multiply and add in our head. It takes all that guesswork out of it, which is nice. So if someone were to ask me what method do I like better, I like the first semester method better in and of because you really get an idea of unfoiling. So that I do like that. It also takes up less space. And you don't have to remember 5 steps. But this method is nice because it's very concrete. It will work every time as long as you follow those 5 steps. There is no guesswork. The only tiny little bit is right here, worrying about that tail end, what multiplies to equal 24 and adds up to 11. What I'd like you to do right now, again, is show me these notes. I need to see the cardstock as well. And then you will get a bright pink worksheet labeled 1.10A that has 12 of these to work through. All right, have a good one.